Good morning, Borodza. Lovely to be here again. I forgot last Thursday, didn't I? But I've remembered this one. So, small steps. It's kind of quite a nice leader into what I was thinking about today. And I don't know, I'm just spending a lot of time with people who've got a lot on their hearts, and I'm aware that lots of people are struggling, and yet I keep being reminded to speak about joy and the importance of being joyful and being positive within our faith. And that rubbed up against me a little bit, and I thought, well, how am I reconciling this when I'm watching people finding it really hard? And then I thought, well, what's going on with myself in all of that? And here's the truth of it. There's a little bit of a confession. I know you love it when I confess these things, but I'm being quite hard on myself right now. So I'm trying to eat more healthily, and I'm really struggling with that. Not least because people keep offering me cake, and I love cake, and I like a glass of wine. But none of that's sitting very well with trying to eat healthily and making sure that my beautiful clothes all fit, and just looking after myself a little bit. And we've turned the thermostat down in the house because we're desperately trying to do our bit for the planet and for our bank balance. So the heating isn't coming on at the moment, and sometimes I'm feeling a little bit chilly in the house, and that's okay. You just put another layer on, don't you? We're very lucky that another layer is an easy solution and the only thing that's required right now. And then I started to think, well, if I'm feeling cold, and if I'm working really hard, and I am working long hours at the moment, which means I'm tired, is it any wonder that I'm not eating very healthily because I'm going to go and snack a lot? And this is all, going around in my head, and you can see there's a sort of cycle of stuff going on there. And I thought, what would you say if this was somebody talking to you, Sally? And when I'm listening to people tell me that things are hard, and I'm saying, well, go gently, be kind to yourself, only do what you need to do, and don't forget to treat yourself and give yourself a break sometimes. Sally, you need to take a dose of your own medicine. So all of that, you can see that that's all just sensible thinking and nothing that anybody needs to worry about, and I've got it all under control. I really have. But I'm the world's worst person for taking my own advice, and I need to do it better. And I wondered whether that's the same for you too. Perhaps we all need to do a little bit of taking our own advice and stepping outside ourselves a little bit and saying, well, what would I tell my friend, or what would I tell my partner, or what would I tell my neighbour or a close relative if I was looking at them and they were not eating very well, or they needed to sleep better, or they were finding things tough. We know what we'd say to them. We know we'd love them well, and we'd offer our support, and we'd say all the right things. So why don't we have permission to do that to ourselves? And the bottom line is that it's not just some kind of, wacky 21st century self-therapy thing. It's at the very heart and very core of our Christian faith. It really is. I'm going to read it to you now. Are you ready? So the Jewish people of Jesus's time had hundreds and hundreds of laws. They then got broken down into the 10 Commandments. I might have got my theology wrong there. The 10 Commandments were a kind of core 10 things that were needed to be thought about. And Jesus then actually said, I've come with a new way. There are just 2 things you need to do. I'm going to read them to you. And this is from Matthew's Gospel. Jesus said, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment. And we know that one really well, don't we? Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind and all your soul. And he goes on. And a second is like it. You shall love your neighbour as yourself. I don't think we spend enough time on that one. You shall love your neighbour as yourself. So, I think we're pretty good at looking after our neighbours. I'm sure there's places we could improve, and I'm sure there's extra things we know we could be doing. But do we love ourselves the way that we love our neighbours? I'm not sure we do. And I think that might be the lesson for us today. So give it some thought. How might you love yourself a little better, the way that you love your neighbours so well? I'm not around next week. I'm on retreat, looking after myself and reconnecting with God in ways that I hope will be fruitful and re-energising. And I look forward to seeing you in a week's time. Lots of love and God bless. Have a good day today. Bye-bye.